So I came across this video on Instagram just after the whole, Messi hat trick, in the FIFA World Cup just now, and I want you guys to check it out, and then I'll give my opinion at the end of it. But I feel like it highlights something that I feel like a lot of people are underestimating when it comes to these two players, Ronaldo and Messi. So let's check it out first, and then I'll talk about it in a sec.
Lionel Messi is the greatest player of all time. If you disagree, you still haven't matured enough, man. You might call me shameless. I love Ronaldo more than Messi. I'll always do. I'm still rooting for him. But Lionel Messi is just better than him, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this brother is pushing 40 years old, winning everything he has won already. Scoring a hat-trick and still being the best player in the world. Lionel Messi just scored a long shot like this, a tap-in like this, another long shot, man. Every time he touches the ball, you expect something from him and he exceeds your expectations, man. He still moves the same way he did when he was 18 years old. He just dribbles, moves, passes, shoots. He is the greatest of all time. He wants to be the greatest of all time, but Messi is a greatest of all time. And for a long time, I just didn't want to accept it, man. I swear on everything. Wallahi, this is not for a clip. This is not for a clip. I genuinely mean this from the bottom of my heart, man. He just broke the record of the most goals scored in World Cup history, fam. Mbappe, at the age of 27, getting praised for 2 goals tonight, right? Lionel Messi, at pushing 40 years old, just exceeded the performance of Kylian Mbappe, exceeded the performance of Erling Haaland, man. He is the greatest of all time. It feels so good to let it out, man. Genuinely.
So see, I seen that video on Instagram, right? And shout out to that guy. But what I came to notice is that, bro, these two guys have given us the best, right? They've given us the best type of competition, the best kind of fans, comments, just the best type of hype, right? And now they're reaching towards, the kind of end of career. And I overheard, not overheard, but I've read some stuff, people saying, oh, this is their last World Cup, including Messi and Ronaldo. And then I was thinking, I was like, bro, lucky Messi can continue to play ball, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back again for another World Cup. Because look, check me out. I mean, last World Cup, I heard that was his last World Cup, but he's here. But the reason I say I wouldn't be surprised if Messi comes back is because Messi's style of play and Ronaldo's style of play, bro, is so completely different, and they all got like different level of maintenance. Those styles have got 2 different level of maintenance required to maintain that style of play, right? And the reason I say I feel like Messi could probably continue to play at the level he's at right now as long as he can jog, bro. Now hear me out. See, Ronaldo, and look, I'm a fan of both. Of course, mainly Messi, but cause that's stats, bro. Hey man, I like the way Ronaldo's play be. It's more like, the cold stuff. The cool. Kind of embarrassed plays and stuff, which Messi does, but Messi doesn't intentionally. Messi just natural. But let's get more into Ronaldo. Ronaldo's style, we can all agree, is like the most. That style requires a lot of maintenance, and what I mean by maintenance is literally as he ages. You feel me? Because he's like a trained machine. You could tell just by the way he plays that stuff doesn't come natural, right? That stuff comes with experience. It's like everything he does, from skills, how he moves, and all that. It's all just like you can tell. It's like I'm not saying planned, but like you tell, it's been practiced, right? Whereas compared to Messi, the way he plays, you can just tell that's natural. You can just tell this guy did not go into the gym or soccer pitch and was practicing. Oh, I was gonna move around. But when you look at both of them, you can tell who's trained and who's more natural, right? Now let's focus more on Ronaldo's side, right? What I'm trying to say about Ronaldo is why his style is so high maintenance, especially as they age, right? And the reason I say that is because his style requires, bro, like you need speed, right? You need muscle, because them step overs, bro, they be taking energy, You need stamina, because of course, as elite players, they got stamina. But like for him to be at the level that he's at for that long, hey, applaud to the dude, because the style he's got, everyone got that stuff. It's just that he perfected it to the next level to like, and for a long time too. At that level, doing what he did, I still think he still kind of still got it in him, but for a long time, bro, this guy been had it, right? And what I'm trying to say is basically, as he ages, right, we can kind of see it in the games, like especially the game Portugal versus Congo, and the coming 1-0. It's like no one was expecting it, especially after the whole Messi scoring a hat trick in the World Cup. The expectation for him was high. Me on the other hand, I kind of like, if he's gonna score probably 1, 2, maybe max. And this is not me being biased, right? This is me being like, hey, this person got it, But you also gotta understand, no matter how good you is, no matter we've got legends in the past. Ronaldinho was like my legend, and as they age, you can just see like, hey man, age gets to you. Regardless of how good you are, you're gonna slow down. You're gonna, it's hey, regardless of how much you want to push, it's I can speak from experience. Actually, I never played at the elite level, of course, but playing sport when I was in school compared to when I became an adult and got out of school, bro, it's so different. You just see yourself move so like slow, if you know what I mean, and it's like your mind's too sharp to when your mind and body was in the same alignment. As you age, it's kind of start to disconnect, and what I mean by that is your brain will think to do something, but your body doesn't move the same. You get what I'm saying. And with Ronaldo, as he ages, right, speed slows, man. All these he doesn't even do as much skills as he used to do. Now he's more just a tapping guy, and I don't mean that in any disrespectful way. Because I've seen that's the comments going around online, but yeah, you can tell he's slowing down. His main focus now is just to like he kind of just understands. It's like as you age, you play. This is for people that have never really played sport, especially football. For people that have played football from young age to when they're old, or you kind of understand that transition. But let's not discredit this guy. He's done it at a higher level. Even right now, he's still better than good players, I'd say. Or maybe part good players. And literally, I feel like this definitely is last World Cup 2026 because, bro, his style of play requires a lot. And like a lot of and another thing is with his style, it's very like it's very copied. You know what I mean? I don't think he just popularized it and mastered it to his own unique way. But We got the Ronaldinhos. We've got the Pele, bro. We've got a lot of legends that play that style. But one style, bro, that's very unique, and I feel like it can't really be copied, bro, is Messi, because I haven't seen any player play like him, bro. It's so natural. It's so like he's not forcing anything. If you feel me, like when he plays, it's natural, bro. You know. And with his play, the reason I say Messi might come back, and I wouldn't be surprised if at 41, if he's still playing, he plays a bit better, way better than Ronaldo right now. Is he 41 or 40? Yeah, one of them. Why? Because his style doesn't require a lot of maintenance, bro. You know. Yes, it's elite level. You still need stamina. You need some kind of like strength. You know. Little. I don't think even speed is a thing for his style really, but yeah, he's more of a thinker. He's more all around, bro. He make plays, he scores, bro. And when you watch him, bro, compared to other players, he has his own style that it's almost like he makes everyone around him work, do all the. I'm not saying do all the harder stuff, but like he brings out everyone else's abilities, and he's like the brain, you know. Whereas Ronaldo I think he just relies more on his goals, pass this person, goals. He's not really thinking of how can I really make plays, you know. I don't want to discredit to him. Of course, he got mad assists, you know, to his records, mad, you know, playmaking. I'm talking about now, you know. And if I had to compare for both their minds when it comes to playmaking, Messi takes that easy, you know. And of course, this is not. Hey, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of both of them, and I don't even know how my comment section gonna be, but I'm just here to tell you that one style is very easy. That's why we see Messi performing the way he's performing right now. I'm not saying easy. He makes it look easy, but like it's very easy to maintain, right? Whereas Ronaldo's is like I said, respect to him for doing that for as long, because that style of play, bro, requires, you know, skills, like, you know, and this, you know, like not planned but trained skills, you know, trying to pass defenders, trying to score, trying to do all this elite level stuff at the age he's at. Respect to him. Of course, it slowed down compared to when he was a bit younger. But yeah, that's why I feel like that's the difference between them. He's just gonna keep going on the decline because, hey man, age. You know, whereas Messi, I don't think it really, you know, I feel like Messi will probably have to play until like, I don't know, 45 for him to start playing like, no, 45 and up, for him to start kind of slowing down. Of course, it's kind of slowed down, of course, but I feel like he's maturing with his style. You know, it's like he's understanding, okay, I'm at this age. I know what I can and what I can't do when it comes to maybe speed, you know, strength, but he knows how to still make himself the player, you know. And yeah, and I feel like Ronaldo's still stuck to that old ways of his, like, you know, probably still relies on speed. When you can see it, it's not there. You know, a lot of us can relate to that if you've played soccer from a young age to when you go to an, you know, responsible age, you realize you become a bit slower, you know. And with Messi, even if he becomes a bit slower, I can still see him being very effective. You know what I mean? And that's what literally makes the difference between these guys. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Messi still continues to play until 50. But I feel like as long as this guy can jog, and I'm not even glazing, I feel like if this guy can jog, this guy can. If he can jog, he can kick a ball. If he can kick a ball, man, he can play ball. You know, and that's his style. You know, he might just become a bit slower in speed, but even then, bro, look at him. Look at the way he plays now. I feel like he walks around. I feel like he understands, and the whole team understands. He's the key, bro. And this is not on glaze, but this is not glazing on that. Messi is the key, and I feel like he knows that, and everyone is giving him that. You know, so like, hey, you slow down, you think, use that brain of yours. You think, you know, the ball's gonna come to you basically, and if you're in the right position, man, just take that. You know, you see majority of the time he's just walking, scanning, You know, majority of the other team, I mean, the other players, they do majority of the work. I'm not saying they do more work than he is. I feel like he's still like the head of their team. He makes majority decisions. The goals whenever they come in, his accuracy is crazy. Um, yeah. So I don't want to mumble too much about it. That's basically what I'm saying. I feel like Messi has a bit more years to him. If he retires now, I feel like he's probably doing it too early. To be fair, I feel like his style of play doesn't require too much, you know. And I'm not when I say too much, I'm not saying he's made it look easy. Bro, I've never seen another player play like him. You know, it's like he's a whole bro, and I like the fact that everything's coming to light now. Stats, it's like it's starting to shift. You know, and of course it doesn't help Ronaldo. You know, really just becoming a bit slow and all that. But hey, bro, all I got to say about this is literally just two masterclass, you know. But one got not even a little, just got a major edge on the other one, you know. And towards the end, you're just gonna tell who's gonna give up, not give up, but whose style is gonna fall out first, you know. Literally, I feel like with Messi, it's just one of them. Like, hey, as long as I can run, as long as I can kick a ball, man, I can play. You know, I don't have to do all these sprints up and down. I just need to go. I'm in a ball close to an area. I just gotta kick it. You know. Whereas Ronaldo, man, in his speed, he needs to be able to do this step overs, all them jumps, you know, them bicycle kicks. Hey, man, as you age, them stuff. Every time you land, you're gonna feel that, you know. So, and yeah, that's just I feel like that's what separate the GOAT debate now. You know, don't get it twisted. Ronaldo's still far ahead from a lot of players. It's like there's Messi, there's Ronaldo, all right, Messi, Ronaldo, and then everyone else is down here. And of course, the new generation like the Mbappe, the Holland, and the kind of climbing up there. But how long are they gonna do it for? You know, that's what I'm trying to say. Are they gonna do it as long as these guys did? You know. And I would literally will not be surprised if thinking Messi comes back. I would literally not be surprised if he comes back for another World Cup next year. I mean, you know, next World Cup. And yeah, this guy played today, bro. It's just that game against who did he play against? Algeria or something like that. You know, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, performed beautifully, bro. You know, 38. Hey, it's just the style of play, man. And I don't want to discredit Ronaldo, bro. He did his thing, but the GOAT is the GOAT, man. They're both GOAT, but hey, there's a gap widening. You know, each game. You know, Ronaldo ain't really helping his team out here. Of course, we have them type of games. You know, but and I ain't comparing majority of players to these guys because these guys did it for a long time at that level. You know, you can see a lot of. Another thing is, yeah, Ronaldo's play, his style of play can be very duplicated, copied. You know, you can see a lot of players like, you know, I don't want to name names though, but yeah, Messi, I've never seen a player play like him. Like that style of play, it's like he thinks. His accuracy, his dribble rate, his dribble complete rate is crazy. At where he's at, no man, can't take it away from the dude, you know. And hey, I'm a fan of both. I might like, you know, join these, you know, fan debates and all that just for the fans, but I still respect these guys, man. They're all the way up there, bro. And yeah. So you guys let me know what you think, if you think different or not. But if you got something else, I mean, if you got something, you know, you want to add to this, hey, you got the comment section to put whatever you want. And yeah, this is my first video back in about, I don't know how many years. FIFA got me out here. And I've been setting up my cameras and stuff. So that's why stuff looks a bit not as clean. But we're gonna get there. I'm still setting up my stuff. I wanna start dropping a few more reactions to stuff, giving my opinions on them, and yeah, just bring my channel back to to life. Cause I realize, man, I'm just out here consuming a lot of content. My spare time, I was like, might as well just hit that camera on and give my opinions on this content and these topics I find interesting, and yeah, and we roll. If you wanna subscribe, support your boy, hey, we're back.